Welcome to a Monday morning show. I'm Ken Napzok. Welcome to those that might have jumped on this channel, subscribed after seeing me over on Culture, Faith, and Politics with Pat Conkey. Hello. This is a show that is exclusively early to the YouTube channel members and the Patreon supporters. But also it's open to the public a little bit later. So, hey, the show's pretty simple. I look ahead to my week, a week full of episodes here on the channel with the Blathering Live, episodes of Culture, Faith, and Politics with Pat Conkey. We got, Cash Relay Talk, Force Center, do a lot of things, but this is my chance to sit in front of a microphone and just kind of think and look ahead and see if there's anything for all of us to connect with. And you know what? It's often a show that is about advice or it's about lessons learned and sharing them. And I got to tell you this. The lesson this week has a lot to do with ice cream. I digress. I want to give myself credit, and I want you to give yourself credit for anything that you have done that in the process of your recovery, your growth, your therapy, your self-reflection, your self-change, I want anything that has moved you forward or shown, even more importantly, I think, shown progress that you might overlook because the battle is constant, okay? I had a big call last week. I'm joining a project I can't talk about. I have a little NDA. Don't worry, it's not a Star War. Joining a project, really happy about it. Might be some work for a little bit, which I need, and I've been so fortunate to work in the digital space with great folks like Pat Conkey, and before that, the Y-Files, and back in the day, even Screen Junkies and Collider and all that stuff. I've worked in the digital media world, but this is outside the digital media world, so I'm a little out of my comfort zone. And I'm a little bit out of, can I say my league? Can I say my depths? I don't know. I just feel like, this is big boy stuff, right? Big boy, big girl, big person stuff. And I don't know if I belong here. And that's a big test. And that's something that I already talked about last week, going into the week. Not just maybe here on the show or any of my other broadcasts, but like in therapy with people around my life. I know that I belonged here. I know that this opportunity has found me. I know this opportunity was given to me. I know that I can do it. I'm qualified to do it. But my brain has been telling me, no, you're not. And then even in some cases, some of the people around me, not ill-intentioned, not completely nefarious, just a gut reaction to ooh, that seems pretty big. It seems like that's something that's a little bit bigger than you can handle, right? And you should be able to recognize that too if that comes to you from the voices closest to you. That's maybe a whole nother conversation, but that was in my head. It was a fear. It was like a fear confirmed. Oh, maybe they're right. Maybe they're right. Maybe I can't do this. And then I, talked it out and had those kind of look in the mirror and pump yourself up and you belong here. And that's the kind of stuff we talk about on this show. Not just, hey, you belong there, but like, hey, say this to yourself. Hey, there's this tool to use. Hey, you have a negative thought, challenge it, present the evidence against that thought. All those things are nice tools, and they're good things to pick up on or learn in therapy, but you still got to go execute them, right? You still got to take that game plan and head to the field or pitch for you football fans. Yeah, I've watched too much Ted Lasso now. I'm happy to say that on this big call Friday, I did just that. There was a moment in this call of about 5 or 6 people in which things are being discussed, the project, looking ahead, here's what we got to do, anyone have any questions, those kind of things, business meetings, Zoom links, those kind of things. There was a moment where my smiling and nodding was hiding the fact that I felt like I don't belong here. What am I doing here? What did they do and let me be here? What's wrong with them? Forget what's wrong with me. What's wrong with them? All those feelings, thoughts, all of it came rushing into my brain. And I had a very clear, decisive moment where I told myself, nope, you're not doing that. You're not doing that. You are here. It's not even a matter of belonging here. Not even a matter of deserving here. You're here. You're on the call. The Zoom link was sent to you. All you have to do is accept it, not just the link, but accept your presence there. And I was able to have some questions. I was able to not just act like I belong, I was able to belong. It still feels though like everything else around it, the overwhelming feelings, overwhelming feelings of doubt and negativity, that can still take over. That can still kind of seem like what's actually happening. That's the truth, but it's a false narrative. I had a win. I had a win. Not the job itself, not any success or oodles of money, small amounts of money that will come in for nothing. Prestige, resume, nothing. None of that was the win. The win was being in that moment and thinking, I got it. I'm onto it. That's a lie. And I'm going to accept where I'm at. And I'm going to move past it. I'm going to hurdle over that emotional obstacle. So I did it. There you go. That's it. End of episode. We could end it right here, right now. I got nothing else. I got other challenges this week. I got more things going on. I got to build on this project. I got more opportunities to accept that I belong, that I am here. But we'll get to that. I thought it was important for me, not just here for a show, but for me in my real life, to say, hey, you did it. It's easy to skip over that. Especially if you don't have access to a therapist every week, or you don't have access to people you trust, or you're not privileged or blessed to currently have confidants and mentors, anyone to talk to about, or even a dog. You got me, you got this show, and you got yourself. That person you need to talk to is yourself in a mirror. Tell yourself that you did it. Because we all want to change. This show in particular, this show is my show of change. We want to change the show from a Monday morning show to the Change Show. This is all about the onward, ongoing, consistently present battle of change. It's constant. And sometimes when you're looking way, way, way far ahead, looking at some version of yourself you're trying to get to, you're looking at some situation you're trying to get to, you could forget the little things here now. So I had a win. I'm going to take it, and I celebrated. Now, I do want to remain healthy. I don't condone an unfettered life of fatty foods. Okay, I want to ride that line between not shaming anyone with their joys and their health, and also sticking to my own fitness goals, which often fade away fast. But I did reward myself. I didn't consciously reward myself. Okay. I didn't consciously reward myself. I went to the store. It's hot. You've heard me complain. It's hot all over the country, and it's August. I'm not surprised that it's hot. It might be hotter than normal. It might be hotter in areas where it isn't as hot, and maybe we should look in that. Places that are 110 or around 117. I don't know. Maybe we can look into that. But I'm not surprised that it's hot in August in Los Angeles. But it's been hot. It's been so hot, I didn't even do a live episode this Saturday. And I was going to do a Blathering Live, and I just couldn't sit in the studio and sweat again all over my keyboard and all over you all. So I didn't. But I'm here now. Don't worry. I got some cold, cold water to get me through. But because of that, I wanted ice cream. And look, it's okay. Go get yourself some ice cream. Go get yourself that thing you like. We're all allowed. We're all entitled to a little treat. And so I did. I went to the store. Went to an outlet store. Why? Because it's always a little cheaper. I was going to get a Ben & Jerry's. I like Ben & Jerry's. I always like Ben & Jerry's. I like crazy mishmashes of flavors. I like bands that have ice cream flavors. I like talk show hosts that have ice cream flavors. I went there, and then, right above, and I guess you want a lesson? I'll dig into this. Sometimes we narrow focus on goals. Sometimes we narrow focus on what we think we need and maybe what we think we deserve. And I'm going to reward myself. I'm going to get this one thing. So I got there, and the Ben & Jerry's was a certain price. And then right above it was some of that generic ice cream. One of the ones that doesn't even really have a label. It's just the store label. Store ice cream. Right above it. Triple, maybe even 4 times the size of a Ben & Jerry's for only $1 more. Did I like the flavor? Oh, you betcha. It wasn't some fancy flavor. It wasn't, David Letterman berry or anything like that. It was just a blueberry cheesecake. Oh, I love blueberry cheesecake ice cream. I love any kind of cheesecake ice cream. I love cheesecake too. I love cheesecake with ice cream on top of it. Oh my gosh, I don't think I've ever had cheesecake with cheesecake flavored ice cream on top of it. That's the type of thing that destroys the space-time continuum. But I'm going to try it. But anyways, I'd reach for it. I bought the big thing. I brought the pint, not that little tiny Ben & Jerry's thing, for only $1 more. And on the way home, I thought to myself, oh, you did it, you cuss. You did it. You indulged. You went for a treat, and you indulged. But I'm here to say, nah, it was good. I got 3 nights of ice cream instead of 1. And you know what? I'll go for a long walk tonight. You know what? I'll hit the gym tomorrow. All right? I'll do some squats. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I had a win on Friday, and it's easy for me to overlook wins. I do it all the time. I think we all do. I think we all fail to see how other people see us. I think we all sometimes fail to see what we're actually doing and the actual growth, the steps forward we're taking. I think we just naturally miss it. I think we just even if you're not trying to beat yourself down, I think we just miss it. And when I got off that call on Friday, I was more focused on oh my God, it was a big boy call. It was a big boy call, and I had to just slow down and go back to that moment. Nah, you belong there. So as I drove home and was thinking, oh man, I had too much ice cream. Oh, this is too much ice cream, and I don't deserve this. I slowed down, and I stopped, and I told myself, nah, you deserve it. And I felt good, and I feel good, and I'm going to have a good week. More challenges to come, more things to work on and work through. Absolutely. We'll meet back again here next week. I go to Atlanta shortly after that, so I'll see you on Dragon Con after that. But we'll meet back here next week, and we'll talk about anything. We'll talk about the struggles. We'll talk about the pains. We'll talk about the lessons. But most importantly, we're going to talk about that goddamn ice cream. Get yourself something nice this weekend. Do something nice for yourself, and let people do nice things for you, because you're doing it for everyone else too. Be kind to yourself. Be nice. Eat ice cream. Celebrate your little win, because it's a big win. All right? That's all I got. That's all I got today. You know why? Because I want to go eat ice cream. Well, I'm going to go for a walk first. Thanks for those who support on Patreon. Patreon.com/Napzok. You get this early. Thanks for those who are YouTube channel members. It really helps. Both locations, you get to call into the Blathering Live. This coming week, the afternoons return special event Wednesday. Looks like 4 p.m. Pacific. Josh Pakuka, myself, and maybe a special guest popping back on for the afternoons. We'll see you then. All right, that's it. Bye-bye.